What up, guys? Welcome back to Off the Record, where we talk about whatever we want. And today's segment is Ask an Expert, and we got Don, who is a former Marine Raider, which is Special Operations of the military. And any of you guys got a question?
I do. Okay, how many missions have you done? Do you know?
Oh man, I don't know.
Okay, so like when you're in regular military, right? Like when you get deployed, like you go to like Iraq or Afghanistan or one of the countries that we're in. But I know like special ops people can be in any place, like South America or whatever, right? Did you do that worldwide stuff? Like all over the world?
In special operations, you do. My last deployment was over to the Philippines.
Wow, we're in there?
Yeah, so like
Al Qaeda's there, right?
ISIS is there.
They're in the Philippines?
There. Yeah.
What are they doing over there?
Not Filipino pirates?
No, I think it's okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Why is ISIS in the Philippines?
So the southern islands of the Philippines, it's called Mindanao, and all the small little islands, they've always been controlled by a lot of terrorist organizations like the Abu Sayyaf, the MILF, the MIF.
They're called the MILF?
The MILFs. They call them the MILFs.
Whoa.
The BIF, and other terrorist organizations down there. And for the longest, they've just been doing like kidnap for ransom operations, piracy operations.
And they're all like Middle Eastern terrorist organizations, or no? Filipino?
They're Filipino.
Terrorist organizations.
Well, Filipino, and then a lot of influence from like the archipelago of Malaysia, Indonesia, kind of Muslim influence over there, because pretty much the majority of the religion down in the southern islands are Muslim. And then, of course, like most of the Filipinos we know in America are Catholics, right? But they have a lot of influence from there, but because of that, I think that there was a huge influence, and some people came over there and was trying to like start a ISIS program.
Wherever there's a Muslim population, does ISIS try to go and infiltrate and bring extremism there? Because I'm assuming, like when I was in Malaysia, there's like Muslims obviously, but they're just like they're not extremists, violent ones. But like so I'm wondering, is that how they kind of go into these different countries?
I would say the religion is a portion of it, but also the destabilization of a specific area. Just like down there, like in the very far corners of it, it's hard for the Filipino military to kind of have a lot of influence on, right? Because a lot of support needs to get out there, and all the missions.
So it's like the Wild West. Like, it's like it is a part of the Philippines, but it's so hard for them to control that area.
Yeah.
Well, they also have intense recruitment, like ISIS anyway. Like they use a lot of social media and shit.
That's true. Yeah.
It's pretty weird.
Yeah, but when we were in the Philippines, this city called Marawi got taken over by ISIS, so we were able to help them get that back. But it was completely.
What does that look like? Like, are there like trucks in the streets and like we're the new leader? Do they announce it?
We're not there for like, we're not running and gunning with the Filipinos, but we're there to advise and assist and help them with their mission over there.
We're in civilian clothes?
We're in civilian clothes. Yeah.
Are you there as military, or are you just there as like a journalist, or? We're there for the military. No, but like the people that are there, how do they see you? Do they see you as like 007,
like you're pretending you're
they knew
undercover?
we were in the military.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was. We were wearing civilian clothes, probably to not get seen by news reporters and things like that.
Yeah.
As well as not look any different than the locals, pretty much.
So we're helping, like the way that you guys were helping was like advising.
Yes.
So you go to these different countries that need help and support to battle terrorism or whatever, and then you're like, all right, so we dealt with them before. This is how you get them.
Exactly, and that's one of the biggest missions of Special Operations Forces, to go over and train other militaries to help them fight their own wars or create one. Right?
Do you guys ever fight alongside with them?
Yes. It just depends on the area of armed conflict that we're in. So like in Iraq and Afghanistan, we're fighting with them. And then the Philippines, we're fighting through them. So like they're leading the charge. It just depends on the area. In some parts of Africa, we're fighting with them. It just depends.
So you help train the local population or their police or their military?
It's always different.
Yeah.
Right? Like in Afghanistan, my team was helping the local militia that we were building, but another team was fighting with their commandos, and then it just depends on the area that
Did you have, were you worried about, you could be working with militia who also maybe have like a terrorist inserted with them?
Yeah, that happens all the time. So,
Like a double agent?
yeah, like in Afghanistan, we had the team I replaced. They had 3 guys killed from one of the guys they were training. Another team
So
had
that guy was undercover the whole time.
yeah.
So he's like in the green zone with you guys, and then he turns on you guys?
Then he turned on.
How did he? Was it like during
He-
training?
No, he ran into their office, and then shot everybody in our command center.
Oh, shoot.
Fuck, that's crazy.
Yeah, and then Prime, my business partner.
Yeah.
He was walking outside of his command center, and an Afghan National Army Special Forces guys that they were training just flips an RPG rocket and starts shooting at the command center. Shot 8 rockets at Prime.
Why?
8 rockets.
Because he was a insurgent. He was like a ISIS or whatever.
I don't know the full story because they ended up killing that guy. They don't know if he was. I mean, even if he was, they probably wouldn't say because they don't want to say like their ranks are infiltrated by ISIS, or I mean, it was the Taliban at that moment.
Also,
in
they would
Afghanistan.
never admit to
They
it.
wouldn't admit to it. Yeah, but they also had some grievances with the guy.
Is it ever personal? Because could it be like they're not a terrorist, but then they're just mad?
Yes. Yeah. So that's why. Remember that story I told you about that guy beating up our dog?
Yeah.
So that was like a scenario like that. This guy, and he was one of the ANASF, so Afghan National Army Special Forces guys that we were training and going to fighting with. Like one of his bosses or one of my bosses told his bosses to tell him something, and he did, and he got extremely mad at us. And it was like something super petty, like, hey, make sure we check that security or check that building the right way. But he felt it as completely disrespect that my commander had to tell his commander to tell him. So
Instead
he
of
felt
talking directly to him?
yeah, so he felt like he looked extremely bad, and his friends said something about it, like made fun of him really lightly about it, like, oh yeah, go listen to the American or something like that. And because of that, he was like, it developed for like 3 weeks, and he was like super angry at us, and he ended up beating up one of our dogs that we had to put down.
Like a police dog? Or I mean,
No,
like
it was one of the dogs that we picked up,
like a pet.
like a pet.
I see.
Yeah.
So to take it out, he took it out on a dog.
Yeah, he beat the shit out of that dog. Yeah, so we were like, felt threatened, like, why the fuck would we do that? So we had to kick him off.
So he stopped being trained by you guys?
Yeah, well, like when it happened, we're like, what the fuck is going on?
Did anyone on your team beat his ass or no?
No.
Okay.
Got it. This is a very special forces answer.
Yeah. But that like definitely adds conflict to the relationship, right? Because it's like our country
sure.
and their we're trying to work together.
Yeah.
But if the people aren't working it out, or there's just, it's like, how do you solve this? You don't want the small
Yeah.
problems to affect the bigger problem you guys.
I know,
are
and that's why like when people are at home in America here and they always like are like, oh, why are we over there and all that stuff, but the situations it's so complex everywhere that American forces are, whether it's like fighting for America, helping that country, or whatever the case is, it's just so complex, and we really don't know the full situation unless we're on the ground trying to help out. And even as a military guy now, like other missions going around the world, like I don't really know what the dynamics are. Like I can't really judge them for why they're there or what mission set they have. It's hard to say.
So for you, you only know like when it's your turn and you're there for that moment, but it can change.
Yeah, and most of the time in the military, everything's compartmentalized, right? So it's on like a need to know basis, right? Unless you need to know. I mean, if you need to know, they'll tell you. If not, then they
You
really
just
don't-
do your work.
Yeah, they really don't spread that too much out.
You guys are dealing with a lot of cash and stuff sometimes. Like, some shit happens. Do you have any theories about that? Like, the missing billions and all that stuff over in those countries?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm just kidding. No, but when we were in Afghanistan, we had a partner force with us for a little bit. They were from the UAE. These guys were like all the Gucci gear because they have so much money, but they would bring like, I remember like black trash bags of like US hundreds to build a mosque or something in one of the villages. It was insane.
So they're from the Emirates, United Arab Emirates. So their soldiers are like rich soldiers?
I'm sure it was
They
the
had, like,
government's
Gucci
money.
boots and
No, like all the Gucci cool tactical gear.
like the expensive stuff.
Expensive,
Yeah, yeah.
the really expensive stuff, the expensive gear.
yeah. And then, so you're like, wow, how do you guys have this kind of money? But it's because their government's really rich.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And they don't have a big military like we do, you know. So like each guy probably gets a lot more allotted to him for his training or whatever the case is.
And they just hand out a huge trash bag of cash.
I remember the trash bags of like hundreds and fifties or whatever it was. Some of it was Afghan money, some of it was, you know, U.S. dollars to build the mosque out there, right? Because I think one of their main mission was to spread the right Islam, right,
Because
the
there's
right
different
religion.
ones, right? Like Sunni, Shia, or something.
That's different tribes in Iraq. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
but I think they were trying to push the right form of religion out there because I mean everybody's Muslim, but Christianity, Catholicism to
different,
Mormons,
yeah.
you know, or
Yeah.
it's all different. So they're trying to spread the right religion to have good religion.
I see.
How do you guys track all that shit? Like, they got trash bags of cash for that, and then you guys are
we
building
don't
hospitals.
do anything with their money or anything like that, but we also have operational funds to help build projects like that if they need a hospital or a school or help them do that. But we really try to have them try to fund it through their own government because I mean, like in Kabul they have money, you know, like the country has some type of money, so we try to push it down from up there so that they can get the money through their own system because we're not going to be there forever.
Do you ever go, can I take out the trash for you guys? A little trash bag.
Yeah, I mean we talked about it, but
Are there countries where you're like, I'm not even supposed to say that I was there, and then in like you did missions and you did great, but you can't get a medal or be recognized, like, or any of that stuff?
I think Philippines was that for a little bit in the beginning.
So
but-
we're not supposed to be known that we're there.
I mean, yeah, because the political sensitivity at the time was extremely difficult. It probably is now as well, because the President Duterte, he did not like U.S. troops whatsoever, and I'm pretty sure they just kicked all Americans out. Like,
Wait, so if the
He says some
president,
pretty fucking crazy
but if
shit.
the president didn't want you guys, he had to know that you guys were there helping, but
dude, he knew.
so he was just saying it like fuck Americans, but then he was like, but I need your guys' help. It's all politics.
Yeah,
Dang.
yeah, and I'm sure he had his own agendas. I don't really know like what they were, but
Yeah.
you know, politics.
Yeah. They'll say one thing for the country, but yeah. Damn, that's
Do you ever
crazy.
like see shit on the news where a journalist is telling a story and then like, but you know what really happened? Like,
Oh, in Afghanistan, it happened a few times. Like it was like a New York Times story. I won't get into it too much, but like there was like a lot of times that people report stuff that's not how it went down.
how do you guys
For sure.
feel about stuff like that? You guys,
You
like-
don't you go like, that's not right. You get it right, you liar.
Yeah, I mean, like you want to say something, but I mean, you say something, then they're gonna try to interview you or whatever the
Damn,
case
that's
is.
so tough.
Did you ever see anything sick, like fucking UFOs or some shit?
Yeah, actually,
Yeah, really?
yeah.
What'd you see?
Can't talk about that one.
That'd be tight.
Happened during his DMT trip.
Probably. Yeah, I haven't seen anything like that though, or Area 51 stuff or anything.
Did any mission or country blow your mind to where you got there? You're like, I don't think I'd ever be in this place in my life if it wasn't for the military.
Oh, all of them.
All of them?
Well, except for the Philippines. I'll go to the Philippines
Oh.
sometime. Yeah.
What place had the best food out of all the countries you've been to? Like local food.
Oh man. I mean, they all have their own.
Or was it
Dishes that
did
was
it
really
taste
good.
like shit? Were there any like locals who were like, man, you guys are not amazing
Oh,
food?
dude! In Afghanistan, one time we had like a goat. They fucking slit its throat, and they threw it on they skinned it and threw it on the fire for probably like 30 minutes.
Oh my god, so it was kind of raw.
It was fucking so raw.
And
Was
was
and they
it
gave
good?
it to you like you don't want to disrespect them.
Did
It was
they
like in a
season
churro.
it though?
Yeah, they put like heavy amounts of salt on there. Like,
Was it good?
no, it was not good.
But you had to act like it's good.
It was
to
goat
keep-
sashimi?
Yeah, pretty much, dude. It was pretty.
To keep up relations, though, you have to be like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
Oh, but in the Philippines, the Filipino Marines down there, the special operations guy, they went out to one of the islands and they killed a wild boar for us, and they came back and they made wild boar adobo.
Wow.
Holy shit, it was so fucking good, dude.
That's like one of the best adobo you ever had.
Best for sure, dude. Oh my god, it's so good. And then they also had this version of a crab. It's like a two-headed crab.
What?
It's like one on top of the other. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but they cooked it in Sprite. What? The crab. It's fucking bomb too.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
This episode of Off the Record is brought to you by HBO Max. HBO Max is a streaming platform that bundles all of HBO together and it has some of the most iconic movies, TV shows like Friends, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and it's all together in the same place.
Yo, you know what I'm about to do this romantic season?
What?
All right, so, you know, we all want to HBO and chill with somebody that we care about, right?
Yeah.
But we also have to be responsible during this time because
Yes.
we might have a long distance lover or something like that.
True.
So, hey, your honey's far away. This is what you can do. Why don't you sign up and you can respectively in your own beds chill and watch simultaneously together.
Yeah, and share some of your favorite shows with each other.
Yup. And then so on one side, you are listening to each other breathe and
Ooh,
talk about
shit.
the film
Ooh.
while you're watching it in your own home, respectfully
That
during
sounds,
this time.
sounds very romantic, but safe.
Yes.
So a show that me and Gio just finished watching is Euphoria. Have you seen it?
No.
It's about this high schooler, and all her friends are drug addicts. So it kind
Oh,
of
no.
reminded me of me and my high school friends. So it's very relatable and like this crazy adventure that you get to go under of like her dealing with like her mental health and all the crazy stuff that's happening. It's a really, really good show, and we're glued to it. And it was cool that we have HBO Max so we can watch it every single night and binge.
But you guys should set up different beds in different rooms
Yeah.
and then sleep separately like that.
not safe.
And you can watch online together.
And still hear each other breathe.
Because that's a millennial love right there.
That's true.
Yep. Right now, new and returning subscribers can sign up and for this limited time, prepay and save offer to receive 20% when prepaying the first 6 months of a HBO Max subscription. Offer ends March 1st, 2021. And restrictions do apply, baby.
HBO Max has something for everyone every day. Check out the link in the description and get 20% off of the first prepaid 6 months of your HBO Max subscription.
Woo!
So you know, like you're eating all these different foods, right? Like, you ever get the runs during a mission?
Oh, dude.
And then like you're crapping yourself and you got a stomach ache and you need Pepto, but you got a mission to do. Like,
I've shit myself so many times.
you just shit on yourself and just let it go.
Yeah, in that first Iraq deployment, I ate some bad chicken that I put in the microwave, but it was breaded. So they airdropped us all our food, so I didn't know if it was like cooked or, but it was supposed to be cooked, like fried. But we just threw it in the microwave, and I was eating it on the way out, and it was like a 6-day mission.
6 days?
6 days, yeah. And I literally I was in the turret too. Literally rip off my flight suit, and then poop out of off the side of the truck, like blasted it.
Is the truck moving?
Yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah, it was bad, dude. I had to clean it with like a little toothbrush.
You can't have them pull over real quick?
Nah, they didn't want to pull over, dude. They thought I was messing around. In the Philippines, I got sick. I had dysentery in the Philippines from eating all that crazy shit all the time.
What's dysentery? I thought that was like some Oregon Trail disease.
It is.
Yeah, it's just like
What is it?
extreme diarrhea and bacteria in your guts.
Damn.
Like you're just
Meal
throwing
stuff.
up and diarrhea the whole
Down
time?
our
So when you're like in the middle of a mission and like you're like doing some spy shit, right? And then you feel your stomach going, and you're like,
If you had some stomach issues, you probably shouldn't go on the mission because you're just.
can you tell
jeopardizing
your like
everyone
top officer like, dude, I got the runs?
Yeah, you should because.
Is that normal though? Because won't they be like, shut, that's pussy shit, dude?
Yeah, if you're like gonna do the
I mean, but
Bin Laden raid,
you'll be
you're like,
jeopardizing everyone else. If you have to shit, people will smell that if you're supposed to be in a hide site or something.
Dang.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
dude, imagine missing the Bin Laden raid because you had to shit,
I know, right?
You can't even get.
I would probably suck it up for that one.
right?
Yeah.
Damn, that's fucking crazy.
Did you ever think, oh my god, because you were in 09, you said? Or did you ever think I'm gonna get Bin Laden? This is the mission, we're gonna get Bin
No,
Laden.
I knew that our unit was not going to get Bin Laden.
And
yeah.
that's like what, tier 1 unit shit?
Yeah, exactly. Have you seen that Rob, what's his name? He's like a reservist Marine, Lieutenant Colonel.
Rob Riggles?
Rob Riggles.
Yeah.
He made a little skit on him shooting Bin Laden. You guys gotta watch it. Check it out.
funny.
It's pretty funny.
So like the tier 1 guys, when they walk by the tier 2 guys and tier 2 guys walk by the tier, they're like, haha, you fucking little pussies. Do they do that?
Probably not the CAG guys, or probably not the Delta Force guys, but the SEAL Team 6 guys.
Yeah.
Probably.
Do those guys all have like crazy beards? I always see those guys with beards.
Probably it depends on their mission set, right? So if they have to go clean shaven to like a country in Asia or something like that, they probably wouldn't look normal with a full beard. But like in the Middle East, like in Afghanistan, we all grew beards because the level of respect that you got when you were speaking with a beard is completely different.
Why? Because they see you as a man?
I see you as a man, yeah. I couldn't grow a really good beard though. It's pretty gross. It's like a
So, but if you have a facial hair, they're like...
facial hair, then you're good.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I think my friend did a mission trip in Afghanistan or one of the countries, and he was like made fun of because he didn't have facial hair.
Yeah. They make fun of you.
Yeah.
They look down on you like you're a kid. And
Shit.
yeah.
Well, think about how easy those guys grow hair, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Like fucking Nadeem grows hair up to here.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
So like it seems like you had a really exciting military career. Like if you're built for this kind of crazy intense lifestyle, what made you want to finish it early? Because you're still a young dude, man. Like
Yeah.
some of these guys go until they're like 50, right?
I mean, they do normally 20 and then, yeah, I mean, it just depends on their job and how well their body holds up.
If
But
it permits, they might go the full 30.
yeah, but like
Special op guys are how old usually?
in their 30s.
Really? That's
Yeah,
pretty
late
young.
20s,
So that's their
30s.
prime, and then they're done.
Yeah, and or like they'll rotate out and do like some staff job or something like that,
Like
but stay within the
instructor duty.
community. Instructors.
Oh.
'Cause it takes a minute. So, like, to get in, you usually have, like, one enlistment in, right? Because
For the Marine Corps, you have to have some time in the regular Marine Corps before you can go to special operations.
So your career is actually really short. It's like less than 10 years?
No, I did 12 years active and then a year in the reserves.
Oh, I mean like as a special op.
You sign a contract for 5 years after you graduate school-ish. I think that's what it is now, but it always changes. But you owe us a lot of time because they just spent like $1 million to train you or whatever it is. I don't know how much it is, but
So let's say your contract is 5 years. Can you do it again if you wanted to and go on one another 5? Kind of
yeah.
like how
But
you
then you would
re-enlist?
probably rotate out. So like I got out, but my next position would have been an instructor in North Carolina.
So you wouldn't be out in the
I wouldn't be
Philippines and all
out
these
kicking
other
down
things.
doors or
Yeah.
Did you ever paint a target?
paint a target.
Yeah, you know how sick that sounds.
Yeah, I paint a lot of targets.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, so was your contract up and you're just like, I'm not gonna re-sign up. I'm just ready to go back
I was really
into it.
on the fence, so like, hey, what do I want to do with my life? And I didn't want to start a family in the military because I just see a lot of families just
like divorces and stuff.
yeah, and it's
Especially special operations.
yeah, because you're
just
gone,
gone,
a
yeah.
lot.
You're just never home.
You're just never home. Yeah.
So for you were like at the 5-year mark, that's when you decided that you're done with the military?
I was at 11 and a half, then I was like, hey, I think it's time for me to rotate out or do something else in my life. Yeah.
What would you have needed to happen for you to finish the 20? Like, what would you think would have needed to be on the table for you to go like, you know what, I could keep doing this? Would you
Probably.
be out of special operations?
No, I would stay in it for sure. I
okay.
wouldn't leave special operations. I don't know, man.
Was your commander like, you're the fucking best to have, I hate to lose you?
Nah, he was like, fuck yeah, finally getting out, dude. Nah, I'm just kidding. But nah, I don't know, man. I think that was the right time for me to get out. And I learned a lot from the military. You know, I learned so much about discipline. It really made me into the man I am kind of today, and taught me accountability, which is huge, self-accountability, and the people around me. But I wanted to learn other things, and I also wanted to have a better future for myself and my family. And deploying, going back and forth, you can't really have like the most set up future for your family.
So if you were a special ops dude, you realize like, oh, this lifestyle, I can't have like a wife and kids and be both.
You can. A lot of guys do, and a lot of guys are happy, but also the other half is, or like 60% of it is like, it's a struggle to kind of fight that.
You ever watch that show called SEAL Team?
I have not. It's pretty good.
No, it looks like shit, but that's what that show's about, I guess.
Oh yeah, about like the family life.
The struggle shit, yeah.
Yeah.
And has there ever been a time where like a black SUV rolls up to your house and 2 guys in suits come out and you're like, God, I know they want me back.
They're like, I'm retired. He goes, we need you. You're the best. You're the best that we had.
No.
Target painter we ever had in the whole thing.
And we're like, no, I'm done.
I'm retired.
Yeah, no, definitely not. That'd be cool though.
That would be.
Those are all. That's a funny joke.
You ever throw a grenade?
I have. Yeah.
Have you ever walked away from an explosion
Yes.
and you didn't even see it?
Yes.
Oh, you go like this though?
No, you have earplugs in.
Why didn't you look at it?
Because it's not cool, dude.
Exactly, dude. You can't do it.
Yeah.
That's tight.